Hi again. This one is going to be about water. Um, Rather simple, you would think, but it's extraordinarily important. So, the planet is made predominantly of water, whether you want to believe it or not, it is. And humans are made predominantly of water. Um, you can go a long time without eating, but you cannot go a long time without water. Um, so, there are all kinds of things to drink: liquor, Kool-Aid, soda, juice, uh, vitamin water. Um, Most of these things aren't good for you because they don't give you what you need. You don't need sugar. You don't need aspartame, high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup can cause you to have fatty liver. Sodas. All this you don't need because it's not good for your liver. It's not good for your kidneys. It can cause all kinds of problems in abundance. And a lot of people don't even like the taste of water, which is weird to me because water doesn't really have a taste. If your water's got a taste, there's something wrong with it. Um, but it's absolutely necessary for survival, day to day. But as much as you can have too little water in your system, you can have too much water in your system. I'll tackle not enough water first. So, let's see, something very basic. Not drinking enough water, not flushing your kidneys regularly with just plain water and passing all kinds of sugars and stuff through it will lead to something called a urinary tract infection. Um, they're not fun. They hurt. You make you run to the bathroom, having to pee, or when you try to pee, nothing comes out, and that little bit that does come out is excruciating. If white blood cells flood, you got pus in your urine, you got blood in your urine, you got to have antibiotics if it's really bad. Apple cider vinegar does work to fight it off. I had chronic UTIs when I was in college, right after I got out of college the first time. Didn't have any insurance and could not afford to keep going to the emergency room to get antibiotics every month. So, went online searching for a solution. It was apple cider vinegar. And it worked. And anytime I get the slightest hint of urinary tract infection, I start with apple cider vinegar. And a lot of water. You have to drink water, lots of it. Not having enough water will cause dehydration. Dehydration will reduce your blood volume. Blood volume is the amount of blood in your body, the amount of blood circulating through you. You need blood in your body to keep you alive. It circulates oxygen and all kinds of things. If you don't have enough blood in your body, your heart has to work hard to pump this blood-like sludge through you. The heart is only meant to do but so much work, and it's meant to deal with a substance, blood, at a certain volume, a certain thickness. If your heart is working too hard to pump too little blood, it's going to get overworked, it's going to get overtaxed, and it's eventually going to shut down. If you're suffering from chronic dehydration, you need to try and increase your water intake as much as you can, whether you like how it tastes or not. People who are chronically sick with a wide array of illnesses have to stay hydrated. When you get a cold, they tell you to stay hydrated. This is just because they're looking for something simple to say. You need hydration. If you don't have enough liquid in your body, your capillary refill won't work. When you press your finger and the blood drains away and comes back, that's your capillary refill. If that's not working, it's because you don't have enough hydration in your body. It's extraordinarily important to life functions, to keeping you at homeostasis, a steady state of balance where your body can work optimally. On the flip side of that, your body can have too much liquid.
Can I add something?
If you want, yeah.
People who are on opioids, usually prescribed by doctors and whatnot, opioids causes dehydration. It causes the body to filter the water out. You probably pee too much, you might have loose stool, and eventually with that loss of liquid in the body, then loose stool turns into constipation. And you find yourself getting tired, you don't have that much energy, you sweat more when you're usually on opioids. So opioids basically the cause of death. It's a painkiller, but it's a killer. So the idea is to drink plenty of water. And opioids usually won't allow you to keep that much, but that's what happens. So that's why the opioid epidemic is so bad. People don't know how it's killing them. They just know that it is.
Other than overdosing, but opioids aren't designed to be used forever. It's not designed to be used for long-term use.
It's meant to be used until the injury has predominantly healed. And then you have to rely on your body, which can take place. But if you're on opioids, the opioids can also hurt your healing ability. So they're meant to be done loosely, not primarily. So I'm done. I just want to interject that.
So the flip side of that is having too much blood volume. So what can cause you to have too much blood volume? If your body is retaining water, people who have heart conditions or congenital heart failure, their bodies will retain water. Just carry around all this extra fluid and extra blood volume in their body. I don't know the reason. I'm not a medical professional, but it happens. If a patient who has a heart condition suddenly gains 5 pounds in a day, that's a problem. That's why patients will take things like Lasix or diuretics to keep that fluid out of their body. Having an excessive amount of fluid in the body can cause you to have high blood pressure. Your heart is not designed to pump too much fluid, and if it pumps too much fluid for too long, it weakens the muscle. The heart is a muscle, and it can give out if it's overtaxed. So you have to be careful about managing how much fluid is in your body, especially if you have heart disease in your family, hypertension in your family. Signs that you are carrying around too much excess fluid is you're short of breath, doing simple things. You're making the bed, you got to sit down because you're out of breath. You walk to the car, you got to sit down because you're out of breath. If walking to the car is causing you a problem or you're out of breath, you need to see your primary care provider because something's wrong. Your blood pressure might be off. Not aside from the fact that high blood pressure can lead to strokes. People are dropping dead from strokes all the time or being severely debilitated. Quality of life reduced incredibly because of a stroke. You have to be mindful of how much extra fluid you're carrying around in your body. You have to keep a check on your blood pressure. As you get older, you need to keep a check on that anyway. If you're overweight, you need to keep a check of that anyway. If you have high blood pressure and heart disease, and history of stroke in your family, you need to keep a check of that. You're not going to live forever. We're not going to get out of this life alive. Nobody is. So if you have those things, you have those risk factors working against you, you need to get that checked early and hopefully take necessary steps to make sure that you're not a victim of congenital heart failure or a stroke or heart disease. But it all relates back to fluid and the role that it plays in our bodies. It is extremely important, whether it's too little or it's too much, it needs to be balanced. Homeostatic, that is the optimum working level for our bodies. That's all I wanted to say. As I said, I'm not a medical professional. If you doubt what I'm saying, look it up. If you find errors, put them in the comments. I don't mind being wrong. I just want people to stay healthy. Thanks a lot, you guys.